what up? It's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, I want to have a conversation with y'all about a word that I think is so overly used and abused. Hate / hater. Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture.
Aries Spears could be a funny comedian at times, but he's really a cornball. He's been in the game a very long time, but never reached the levels of stardom that he desired to reach. Now, we remember when he was on Corey Holcomb and he got beat up. He was real drunk. He was clowning, running his mouth. And he ended up getting beat up on Corey Holcomb's show and then turned around and sued, right? He's the guy that likes to heckle the crowd and make fun of a lot of entertainers because he can play different characters. Well, last month he was on Big Boy's show and he was really condescending and disrespectful to Ice Cube. Now, we know that he's pro East Coast. He's New York. When they asked him about rappers and he talked about Tupac and he was saying that Tupac is not a lyricist, but he's a great rapper. But when the conversation about Ice Cube came up, he said he don't like Ice Cube. He don't like Ice Cube as an artist. He doesn't like Ice Cube as an actor. He thinks that Ice Cube is fake. And he was making like funny, corny, like trying to be funny, but he was being real corny and really trying to imitate Ice Cube to the point where Big Boy was uncomfortable and was like, man, should we end this interview right now, right? I mean, it was just real crazy. But let's check out where the controversy, how this controversy has started and why it's a thing now. Check this out.
Now it seems like there's this conversation of Tupac that I've never heard within the last, since this list dropped. I'm hearing so many now. People, even Complex, double back and they did do you consider Tupac a LA rapper? And now the content is like, no, he's not LA. Tupac is from Maryland. Tupac is from the East Coast. Tupac is from the Bay. Tupac represents the West Coast. It's all these things now where they're kicking up dust, having these conversations because these lists create that. I go somewhere, Aries and Head, and people ask me, what's your top 5? I don't do top 5s. What's your GOAT? I don't do GOATs.
Want to see me shake this up real quick?
Go ahead.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top rappers because when I think rap, I think lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
Pac was not the greatest lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that nigga said, nigga, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics, spitters.
All New York guys you just named, by the way.
Jay-Z, I'm going to quote him. New York, home of the spitters. New York is a spitters. I'm admit, because I catch flack for this. I am somewhat East Coast biased.
Right.
I'm West Coast biased.
But with heavy validation. Name to me rappers who are better than the ones I just said.
For me, if I'm going, Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let me tell you something. Tommy Chung, comedian.
That's a
Tommy Chung.
I know Tommy Chung.
Tommy Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
That's
It's racist and it's some cold shit that I'm not gonna sit next to you.
whatever that was
racism.
He's a lawyer. I checked your honor. He wasn't even there.
Oh man.
As a surgeon, give me that scalpel so I cut into that spleen.
So you don't feel Ice Cube as a lyricist?
Not at all.
Wait a minute.
You don't think that
one of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
One of the biggest songs ever?
Hey man, I think when it comes, for one,
That's
Ice
crazy.
Cube is one of my favorite lyricists.
This is
so,
great guy.
Not even on some great guy shit. Lyricist, man. When people say what's the best diss song, I go straight to No Vaseline from
That's
Ice
my
Cube.
camera right there, right?
Yeah. I go straight to No Vaseline, Ice Cube. The N-word you love to hate. All the shit with NWA. Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted album one of the best hip hop albums to me,
Don't do
bro.
it for me at all.
Really?
No. It's so, and listen, let me be clear. I got love for the West Coast. Snoop's my guy.
I can tell.
Snoop's my guy. Snoop's first album, Doggy Style, I wore
think,
shit out of
dude,
that.
I don't know if we continue this conversation or if we're supposed to like pack him out right now. Like somebody in the comments gonna be like, Big, you in head? No,
Yeah.
but this is definitely your opinion.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah, subjective, very.
Now, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, because people are entitled to their opinion, and I get it. But he's being a real sucker because he wasn't being honest. Ice Cube has iconic movies like the Friday series, right? Where he's not playing a gangster or hardcore. They're showing a more funny side of blacks in LA at the time, and how they laugh and joke, and Big Worm, Big Perm, and all that kind of stuff. He also played in Are We There Yet? I think it was Are We There Yet? When he played, when he was Situation with the Kids. Then in Triple X. Like, he's played in different roles of movies. So like, I'm not trying to hear all that kind of stuff with him, man. Like, he's talking, he on goofy time, right? So Ice Cube, he got wind of this, and you know, he responded to this, you know, calling him a sucker, saying, this dude, man, nobody takes this guy serious, man. You know, he's clout chasing. Check this out.
Ice Cube's in the building. Yeah. What's happening?
What's happening with you, man?
Hey, I want to ask you something, man. I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said there's nothing
Is
that
he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. And I'm like, wow, like what?
Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor. The song that makes me want to jump out of a window is Have a Good Day. Today was a good day. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". Police didn't come bother us no more. You might as well have them say green eggs and ham. Sam, I am.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that, you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool, though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register with us.
Now, with that Ice Cube response, Complex, they had their all-time West Coast rappers list, and they had Ice Cube at number 3, Tupac at number 1, and Snoop Dogg at number 2. Now, I disagree with that list. Ice Cube is number 1. Ice Cube is the number 1 West Coast artist. All those platinum albums. He has his own basketball league. He has all kinds of iconic movies. He had a major career. The NWA, when NWA came out, he was writing all the lyrics. Ice Cube is the best lyricist from the West Coast, hands down. Snoop Dogg is great, but he didn't have a career, nor does he have the lyricism of an Ice Cube, right? Tupac is not a West Coast rapper, for real. Like, I would put Tupac, I don't know where to put Tupac when it comes to West Coast and East Coast, but I would put Tupac as the number 1 West Coast rapper because he wasn't born on the West Coast. That would go to Ice Cube. Ice Cube is the number 1 rapper from the West Coast, period. Lyric-wise, he's one of the rappers that can come to the East Coast when they talk about lyrics and hold his own, right? His first album when he left NWA, he came back East, and that album was a killer when he worked with the East Coast, when he worked with the Bomb Squad. So Ice Cube is the mother effing man, right? And he's number 1 on the West Coast. But Aries Spears was catching heat because of this, and he responded by saying this.
What up, boy? Aries Spears here. Listen, I want to have a conversation with y'all about a word that I think is so overly used and abused. Hate/hater. Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where, unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where, unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that. Am I not allowed to have an opinion and voice it if it's not in the direction of everybody else? recently I was on Vlad TV and I did an interview and we were talking about hip hop and rappers, and Ice Cube came up. And I said, look, man, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube, musically or theatrically. I'm not a fan. And somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways. And for the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that. I just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything. Listen, I'm a fan of basketball. Just not a big LeBron fan. I respect him, but I'm not a LeBron fan. But I love Jordan. I love Magic. I love Bird. I love D. Wade. So how come that never gets highlighted? When it comes to rap music, yes, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube. I love Jay-Z. I love Nas. I love Jadakiss. I love Snoop. How come that don't get highlighted? When it comes to boxing, I'm a huge boxing fan. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan, but I love Mike Tyson. I worshiped Ali. I love Roy Jones, who I know, and Roy's a fan of mine. So again, because I might not like something or someone, why is it hate instead of an opinion, a subjective opinion? Is that how moist we've become as a generation? That we can't not like something? That's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I'm going to say this. I don't fully disagree. He's entitled to his opinion. He's entitled to have his opinion. But the thing is, when we saw that situation with Tiffany Haddish and some of the questionable things that you do, it makes us question your character as a man. That's the problem. Like, if you don't like Ice Cube, that's fair enough. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. If he can not like LeBron James and like Kobe Bryant. We all have our opinions on. It's certain rappers I don't like. I like Ice Cube, right? But there's certain rappers that I don't like, that I dislike, right? He's entitled. But when you have bad character or character issues, when your character comes into question, that's when we look. That's when we start saying, wait a minute, I don't know about this dude, man. This dude, this thing's shaky when it comes to this dude. Right? And this guy, man, he's been around a long time, and man, it's been a lot of questionable things about him and his character and who he is as a man. So I'm not a big fan of Aries Spears. I always looked at him side-eye, man, right? Sometimes he's funny in his stand-up, sometimes he's not. But he's where he's at all this time in the entertainment business because of his limitations, right? And I think that he was clout chasing. He knew that if he go up there on that platform and say what he said about Ice Cube, here we go. We'll be talking about him. If I go up there and make that statement about Ice Cube, I open up the door for me to be relevant again, for people to talk about me. That's all that was. He knew what he was doing, and he was successful in doing it because now he's back in the algorithm. So I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.